Ju-on, The Curse. Ju-on is a Japanese horror film directed by Takashi Shinzizu. I butchered that probably. And it is at first, I don't think at first it's a horror film. At first it's an anthology film. It really is. It really time skips and hops into between places, and it has a subtlety that I think really works, that Japanese horror films do better than American films. Japanese horror films usually, mostly, some of the time, do have more male protagonists than a female. A female there, mostly in horror films, I do find is just being there as a nice set of tits, opposed to a fully fleshed out character who's gone through hell and back. There's very few occasions of boy or man. It's very a minority of men being the main protagonist in horror films, and that's a complaint I cited many times with friends. I can only think of a handful: Ash from Evil Dead, Jesse from Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, Freddy's Revenge, Andy from Child's Play, and that's just, it's very much men are the minority in horror films. In front of the camera, behind the camera, it mostly is men doing that stuff. Sexism, if you will, I don't think so. It's just, I think a woman's more vulnerable than a man, not physically as strapping or strong. But I do think women can become survivors in films, as I did Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's proof of that, and other things. I'm totally off topic, but there's nothing really I can say about this. It's very much self-contained, not self-contained. Well, The Curse isn't, but it's very much a modern-day kabuki play, and I like that. It really is modern-day play in how this thing spreads onto people, and how this land is cursed. And I had to say it like Beowulf there. And it really plays off really subtly and quietly, and I like the little touches of things you can catch in the background. And it's quite surprising that this franchise, the first two films were direct-to-video, and the other films became theatrical. That's a rarity. That's the reverse of what something could happen. Like, say, the first Leprechaun film was in theaters, and all the rest, I'm assuming, I'm probably wrong, but most of the sequels spun off from other horror films are just direct-to-video, like the Puppet Master and Puppet Master franchise, and just, only a very few, not few, but the only other franchise that has insane amount of sequels are horror movie franchises. Freddy's, Jason's, Chucky's, and whatnot. I don't think the Hellraiser ones were just weren't Hellraisers at the beginning, but they just added in Pinhead and some touches and places in here, supposed to be talking about Japanese horror, and this very plays upon the vengeful ghost idea, and that's what it is. And it's very it's malevolent and evil, and it just doesn't discriminate between people. This is only the first film. I think I've seen this one in The Grudge, the third film in the series. I've seen the American ones with Sarah Michelle Gellar and other people in the films. The Grudge 1 and 2, I've seen those, the American versions. They're okay. The only thing I remember is attractive women in it, and that's about it. Let's remake it and let's put white people in it. Keep all the Japanese mythology, but we'll just put white people in it because it's far too confusing for modern day cinema to be reading subtitles. Yeah, I gotta say, check it out. And this feels like a really good type of other latch-on franchise in the Japanese horror thing. From The Ring to this, feels like a natural progression, I feel. Happy Halloween, everybody, and may the forces of darkness become confused on your house, and drink your sake. Well, then spit it out.